What's going on, guys? Welcome back into the channel. I know that I am well late to the party on this one, but I wanted to make this video for those of you that do watch my channel and watch my review videos that might be looking for a solid game to play. And in today's video, we're going to be reviewing Spider-Man Miles Morales, which was the very exclusive title to PS5, released with the PS5. It is also on the PS4, but back on November 12th of 2020, this game was released. So yes, I am well late to this party, but I finally got around to playing the game. I've had it with the bundle that I got the PS5 with, and I finally had an opportunity to sit down and play it. And honestly, I was pleasantly surprised, and I regret not having played this game sooner because of how solid it was, and I want to make sure that you guys have any information on that possible in case you're looking for a good game to pick up. I don't necessarily believe that you have to be a Marvel fan or a Spider-Man fan in order to pick this game up and have fun with it. It is a genuinely pretty solid game. And so with that being said, this is going to be a relatively straightforward review. We're going to try to keep it short and sweet, and the categories that we're going to grade it on here today are going to be gameplay, quality of content, quantity of content, appearance and interface, graphics, customization, and then we will combine those grades to give it an overall grade. And starting off, our first category is going to be gameplay. As it is with pretty much every single game that we review, the gameplay is the core of what we're looking for here. Are we playing a fun game? Is it entertaining? And you guys will see on the screen behind me, it is a relatively smooth game. There are some things that don't work as effectively as I would like it to. Chaining certain moves together can be difficult at times, and dodging and things of that nature are not necessarily perfect within this game. But what I will say is that you will never be left confused as to what you're trying to do, as to, where you need to go, the moves that you need to execute. You'll be able to perform everything that you need to perform in a fun and immersive way. It truly is entertaining combat, and beyond that, it's entertaining to traverse the city as Spider-Man. It's a very smooth game in terms of the way that it operates, and you will not be left wanting for anything. You will have wished that maybe they put a little bit more time into executing some of the moves and making it a little bit smoother going from one thing to another, and therefore the gameplay for this game is going to get an 8.9 grade, which is really solid. I mean, that's on the higher end of any games that I've reviewed, and to be honest with you, this is one of the funnest games just on a gameplay perspective that I've played in a while. This gets a really good grade. It's a very, very entertaining game. I find it hard to believe that anybody could pick this game up and not just have a good time with it. Now, next up, we're going to talk about the quality of the content. So the quality of the story within the game, the quality of the things that the game has you do, whether that be collectibles, exploring, things of that nature. The quality here is all good all around. This is maybe one of the best quality games that I have played in a long time. I mean, the quality of everything you do in this game is there. There's a reason for everything that you do. It's all tied into the story. You unlock certain side missions, certain types of collectibles and things like that in a meaningful way that ties back to the story of the game. Things aren't just necessarily there to be there, and that says something about the attention to this game that these developers put into this game. And so for the amount of content that you get, you're always going to get a very good experience with whatever you're doing in this game. I was always immersed, always having fun, and I didn't want to put down the controller. I didn't dislike anything that I did within this game. I had fun doing every single little bit that I did within this game. And just piggybacking off of that is going to be the quantity of the content within this game, which is on the lower end of things. I was able to complete this entire game and nearly collect every single trophy within this game and get the platinum trophy within a 2-day span. I mean, truly the amount of content is not quite on par with what you would want out of a big name title like this. I wanted to see more. I wish that there was more to this game. The content itself was so dang good that I just wanted more and more and more. Now, they did set up in this game for a potential future title, but what I'll say is I think most of their efforts were put to making this game play smooth, ensure that the content that was in the game is all enjoyable all the way through, and that they gave you a very valuable experience there, an immersive experience, and they certainly did. I just wish that they would have extended this so that there was more playtime, more things to do, and not necessarily have you have to play back through the campaign in order to do certain things. So from that perspective, it kind of contrasts the quality of the content. The quantity of content is only going to get a 7.9 grade. So we had the 9.7 for quality and 7.9 for quantity, and I didn't even plan that out. That's just the way that it worked out and my honest gut feeling whenever giving the ratings for those two categories. And next up, we're going to talk a little bit about the appearance and interface within the game. This is the first title for the PS5, so they were trying to utilize some of the functions that you get with the PlayStation 5 controller with the touchpad and things like that, and it's actually integrated in a pretty fun way into the game. And to be honest with you, the interface, everything about this game is very user-friendly. It's not hard to get to anything, not hard to find anything. They don't hide anything from you. It's all very easy to navigate, and I love when a game does that. They put the attention into the user interface to make it easy for a user to use. Anybody can pick this game up. They'll find anything that you need to find. It's not going to be difficult to use, but I will say that it's not the best that's out there. It's not the best it could have been. There are certainly some areas that it could improve, and therefore the appearance of the game and user interface are going to get a flat 9.0 grade, which is on the very high end of things, but does leave a little bit of wiggle room. Following that up is going to be the graphics of this game, which is certainly a strong point, especially on the PS5 version of this game. It's going to get a 9.5 grade, and I think that says most of it. You'll see on the screen behind me, and if you do choose to play this game, or if you have played this game, the graphics are pretty phenomenal within this game. They are not the best of any game that I've played, but this game came out in 2020, and I'm reviewing this in 2022, and the graphics are still far and away better than a lot of the titles that I have played since this game released. We're talking about major titles out there on the market that do not compare now in 2022 to the graphics that we saw in this game that was released in 2020. So a fantastic experience all around from a graphical perspective and a gameplay perspective, and that is what really drives this game and makes it worth your while. And the next category here is just going to be the customization within the game, and I include this in pretty much all of these similar titles because nowadays everybody wants to have some ability to customize their character and be able to put their own little flair or a little bit of touch within the game, and that allows people from different areas, different walks of life, different interests to come into the same game and have a experience that they're going to enjoy. If I can make a character that is going to be a little bit more relatable to myself, I'm going to enjoy the game a little bit more, and they do a decent job of this. You can customize your skill tree in a meaningful way. You can go down different avenues. You can customize which suit you're going to utilize within the game. There are a couple dozen suits or something like that. There's a bunch of them, and they're all really nice looking. I mean, I found myself bouncing around from different suit to different suit, but the only problem was you only get about a mission in one suit, and then all of a sudden it's like you have another one that you want to use. That's the problem that comes in with the lack of quantity of content, is that there's not enough time to experience every single one that you might want to without having to just play the game over again. Nonetheless, though, they put a lot of detail into what you can customize within this game. I wish there was more to customize within this game, as with most games nowadays, but nonetheless, it's going to get an 8.9 grade because it is very solid. It is on the high end of, solid games in terms of customization, and they didn't really leave you wanting in this category. There's just the room for a bit more. And finally, we have to bring these grades together to give an overall grade and determine whether this game is worth your money or not. I give it overall a 9.0 grade. That's about what it averages out to. It is very much worth your time if you have not played this game already. And like I said, this game released back in November of 2020. We're here in 2022, and this, as I'm saying, is one of the better games, better than so many other games that are out there on the market right now that are fresher, that are newer. This game stands the test of time and is certainly worth your time if you have not had the opportunity to play it yet. You'll be able to pick this up, have a fun gameplay experience. It's not going to take you forever to get through the game. I know that that's appealing to a lot of people, a game that can be played in a couple of days, and you'll get through pretty much everything within the game. It is a very, very fun and entertaining and smooth experience for the most part. I think that you guys will enjoy this one. I just checked online, and you can get this game for as low as like $30 for the PS5 version at GameStop or something like that, and you can get it for $20 for the PS4 version. So you can get this relatively inexpensive, and it is certainly worth that price. I would give this game probably a $60 price tag right here, right now, but since it released way earlier, and since this game is out there for cheaper on the market, is it worth $30? Is it worth $20? Heck yeah, it's worth that much. If you haven't bought it already, you'll have way more fun playing this than most of the other games that are out right now. I definitely think you guys should pick this one up if you have not. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, or you found it useful in some way, and if you did, leave a like down below, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you have a good one.